Won't be all right there. Not used to this. Better. Okay. So this morning I want to ask, where is our refuge? I'm going to be reading from Psalm 46. I'm sure you all noticed it was a bit stormy this week. Like me, some of you probably saw some pictures of the sea taking over roads and walkways, surging waves against harbour walls and crashing with great force. Mostly we're fortunate to stay indoors and shelter from the worst of the effects of the storm. Where do you shelter? Where is your refuge? A refuge is where you flee to in times of danger, to take shelter, to be safe. Where is our refuge? Listen to the words of the psalmist, Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." God is our refuge and our strength and is ever present. And he tells us in verse 10, "Be still and know that I am God." I have to admit, I'm not very good at being still. I might not be the only one. And you know, sometimes I think when we read about the people of God in the Old Testament, maybe we think they should have known better. They should have heeded God's instructions. But of course, the truth is, we're no different. We can still fall into the trap of doing things our way instead of being obedient to the Lord. I want to read you a verse from Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 15. In repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength. But you would have none of it. In repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength. But you would have none of it. How often do we rush about and get distracted instead of doing what God tells us to do? We need to come to God in repentance. That means turning back to God. We need to return to God and rest in him, calmly trusting in him for strength. The Lord Almighty is with us. Verse 6 there in the Psalm, nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. Do you remember in the Gospels when Jesus was in the boat with the disciples out in the lake and the storm came? The disciples said, "We're going to drown." The Lord rebuked the wind and the raging waters. The storm subsided and all was calm. Jesus asked the disciples, "Where is your faith?" They were amazed. They were saying, "Even the wind and the waves obey him." The Lord Almighty is with us. So this morning, return to Him. Rest in Him. He is our refuge and our strength.